Hi, I'm Marge Kinney. Welcome to the Marge Kinney Art Show. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Hope you are. Anyway, many times when my students finish a painting, I'll come into the classroom and I'll see that all they've done with their paintings is just stick them in a bin, or they have them in a locker. What about all your work? How could you possibly just put it in your closet or put it in a locker? They're beautiful. They're particularly beautiful when you get them framed. So today I want to show you how to attach it to a frame, and maybe it'll kind of help you get over that part and on to the next to really enjoying your art. Enjoy. Alright, here are our supplies. We're going to use a screwdriver. This is a Phillips, which will be used to screw in. It will screw in the little screws. We use an ice pick that helps make the hole in the frame. Now, another thing, when we make each hole, we only want to go down roughly 2.5 inches, because if you bring it down roughly halfway, the painting will lean outwards. So you have to judge where you want that, and usually 2.5 to 3 inches from the top is fine. Now, if you're having somebody put in your frame or make your frames for you and attach the wire, always have them attach a wire horizontally, because if you need less wire and the picture is going to be vertical, you can always move in the wire and then you have enough wire. But if you got it vertical to begin with, you're going to be short. It's not going to work. Okay? So once we have the supplies in hand, then we take a look at what type of frame we're using. So in this case, we have a regular canvas type frame, but I used a canvas board. So how do I attach that? I put this in, and I'm going to use what's called a point driver. It has little points like this that fit in a point driver machine. So now I put the machine right next. It's a handheld with a trigger. So it's called a point driver. I put this in on the edge, pull the trigger, and it leaves a little black point that sticks in. So when I put this around like this, the advantage of these is that I can push them down and it holds in the painting just perfectly. But I can also, if I don't like that, I can pull these up like this and bring out the picture. So I like attachments that make it very easy to change pictures. Incidentally, there's another thing. Because I prefer not to paper a frame, many times the back of a frame can look rather rough. So this is to show you that I just took some spray, a black spray paint, and sprayed the back. So it could look like that if it bothers you. Okay? Alright. The next type of attachment is for a standard canvas, which is roughly less than 1 inch. And when I put this in the frame, I use clips. Now the clips have a little edge like this. It's 2 little points, and I want those points to go between the canvas and the edge of the frame and jab them into the wood, and that's going to hold it. But now in this case, this is very loose, and sometimes when you buy a promotion canvas, they make a cheaper, thinner stretcher bar. When that happens, you use these frame clips, which you can buy in any art supply store. It's just in a little package with 4 of them. So all I have to do is just bend this like this. Just bend it a little bit in the center, and that takes up the space. Now when I push this in here, I'm going to want some pressure, so I just press this down like that to go in, and now that is going to stay there. I can put these on each side that has an airspace, like that. Sometimes 2 are enough for a small painting, but you want to make sure that it stays in. I showed you how the various clips work. There is one other idea I'd like to share with you, and that is when a frame is papered, I really hate it when it gets a rip in it when I'm just trying to hang it up. So I've gone to putting foam. These are little pieces of foam that you can buy at an art supply store, and they come in a variety of colors. It's usually a stack of about 50 of them for very little money. And so I put the foam there so that when a person's trying to find where the screw hole is on the wall and they keep hitting the paper, at least this way it's hitting into the foam and it doesn't make a hole in the paper. All right, the final procedure would be working with a photo frame. I've already taken out the glass from the front. The advantage of these photo frames is that it usually has a backing already to it that either has a hanger and an easel or just a hanger, which is nice. So in this case, I have to make whatever I'm filling it with be the same width as the glass was. So this is 1/8 of an inch. It's my little, this happens to be a giclée canvas that has been glued to mat board. I could have used my Luan that I discussed in another picture as well, because that's 1/8 of an inch. Now I just put this in, yes, like this, and attach it like that, and voila, it's done. Now I've shown you how these look with an acetate envelope. If I just put it in an acetate envelope with the lip facing the back, this has a little strip. Take that off. You can find those online just with acetate envelopes. Look up that. Now I just put a little gold stretchy bow on it. And people absolutely adore these. They want them for their babysitter, the pet sitter, their family. They want 4 for the bathroom and another 4 for the kitchen. And if you just have a few designs of your local area, make your local paintings, or if you're making reproductions, you can reduce your larger paintings down to 5 by 5, which some of these are, and then it makes them more detailed. People love them. They just love them. And in this case, there are, it's showing the different colors. I find that brown works well, gold works well for somebody else, white or black. I hope you really think carefully about your pictures. It's really worth it in the end. So, good luck. Well, that's what I have to say about framing. I hope that at least one little piece becomes a gem for you. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you stay in tune and watch my other videos. I really appreciate it, and it's fun to get your comments. Thanks again. See you soon.